Bluntz, coffee, and tea. Your cannabis-infused refuge. Coming through with news from the streets, behind the bars, and entertainment. It's nothing you heard before and everything you wanted. Join Loso and his friends as he stimulates your mind with crazy stories and unpopular opinions. It's like a talk show, except we curse a lot. Y'all ain't ready for a Loso podcast.
What's good, fellas and ladies? How y'all doing out there? We're officially recording the third episode. I finally got my audio guy / left hand here, Gio. Say what's up to the world, Gio.
What's going on?
Oh, my fault, Gio. I just fucked up. Your mic ain't on, my nigga. Hey, yo, it's called Bluntz, Koffee, and Tea for a reason. All right, we done smoked like 8 blunts and shit. So you're going to have to be a little patient with us while we get ourselves together over here. But, all right, try one more time, Jill.
What's going on? It's your boy G.
All right, and that's it. That's all you got to say. Who you is, bro? You the audio guy. Like, hey,
the audio man. That's it, man. I'm just here vibing, man. I'm just here with y'all, man.
Yeah, my man G, he's a little different than Star. Star does a lot more talking. G, he the silent type, man. He don't need to do all the talking. We got him doing the controls and the ones and twos. But, sometimes you don't really need to say much if you know the right things to say. So we got a guest today. He's a local. By the way, for those that don't know, this show is syndicated out in Springfield, Massachusetts. Not Springfield, the cartoon shit. The same place where Dr. Seuss, right? I'm not from out here, but I just know like Dr. Seuss is from out here. They do the Basketball Hall of Fame out here, and it's a hood out here. Just like there's hood everywhere. This is considered a hood, and Springfield, with the way it's positioned, it's like you got to come to Springfield before you go to Boston, right? So, like, when you enter Massachusetts, this is the first city you see. But it's like a city that's always, I guess, forgotten, so to speak, in terms of, like, because, it's not big. Like, it's not big like Boston. Like, you think Massachusetts, you think Boston. You don't think there's no other city. Just like New York State, the only thing you think of is New York City. You don't think about anything else around there. My point in saying all that is just like there's been a big scene lately of a lot of up-and-coming rappers, and the city has a lot of, decent talent. And, I just moved out here about a year ago, and I'm very big on, if I'm going to make this my home, then I got to show love. I got to pay homage to the people that was already here and give them, a platform that they can, try to come up on. So I try to welcome anybody that's trying to come up, but I try to let people know this ain't a Massachusetts show. This is a worldwide show. So I don't want, everybody from my hood to think they could, be on here. I just can't, because then I'm just going to alienate the people that ain't from out here, that's listening. But, I believe in, those that support me, show the same support back. And this guy's been a big supporter of the show. And, I'm a man of my word. Those that do know me, I stick to my word. I told this man I was going to, play his music. And you know what? Me and G actually liked it, which is rare. Because...
Like the flow,
the
beat.
I'm not the type of nigga that, dick ride anybody. I don't give a fuck. And if you ask me, like, real criticism, because I expect the same back. Like, me and G was just talking about this. If you don't like my show, let me know. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know, because that's how I get better. So a lot of rappers get in their feelings, and when they ask me, what I think, and I tell them that shit trash, they get offended. So, when I say this is all right, I like it, it's all right, I mean it. I'm not just saying that for a plug. This is not a promo. Like, I'm telling you, we heard his shit and we like it. And I'm going to play the song that I actually like for y'all before we, introduce him. So you can get why, get kind of understanding why I'm feeling this shit right here. So, G, play this shit real quick and let's get going. Oh, by the way, Star should be calling later on. So we'll have Star on the show also. we're just gonna give Star some time, to get out, get on his rack and get on that phone. So we're gonna play this man's music for y'all, and then we're gonna introduce him.
Yeah, TOA. Money all up in my mind, I got the grind, racing the rollie, wins over losses, I cannot waste no time, no. Fighting my thoughts, I'm chiefing, I'm facing the pain, while facing the night. Shorty is looking me all in my eyes.
Narco, I need the drugs. I got some fiends that's tripping. Calling the shot that they plot, let it pop. I got some rock in the drop with the guap. I'm on your block with the chop. Stay on my toes, I'ma keep it on lock. I'm finna ball like I'm in Woodstock. If you clean, you won't get caught. Start up pity when I give me my wages. Way that I grew up in the dark ages. Try to play me, if you play me, it's dangerous. Automatic, I don't gotta explain shit. Worry about money, forget all the hatred. Way that I step, we ain't on the same shit. Try to play me, if you play me, it's dangerous. Searching my back, so much weight that it's weightless. Forget all the pressure, you need to face this. Way that I run down, I'm coming like Jason. This is the last supper. 6 years I've been patient. 6 years I've been patient. These niggas be fake, they're playing both sides like UCs. Been stuck in a box, confinement, I'm stuck in my thoughts. I'm going ape shit, blood, sweat, tears on my apron. Feel like I've been in the Matrix. Can't keep shaking, feel like I made it. I've been really patient. Mama keeps praying, told me that I wouldn't make it. It's heartbreaking, I broke it cause I made it. Yeah.
Money is all in my mind, I got the grind, racing the rollie, wins over losses, I cannot waste no time, no. Fighting my thoughts, I'm chiefing, I'm facing a pine while facing a nine. Shorty is looking me all in my eyes. Yeah. Hop in the ghost and she loving my sway. Doing me dirty, now you feel my pain. Too much on my back, I need me a cane. Tunnel vision, now I'm stuck in my brain. Been bit by some snakes, been treated with hate. Peace in the heart, got filled with some rage. Finding my sanity, changing the day. Rage in the heart and the eyes in the pace. Getting the chicken, stay the fuck out of my way. Serving God for better days, yeah. Serving God for better days. Blinded with hate, feel like I'm here with some haze. Most of these bums don't get no play. I bought 6 different ways, never been late. Fucking, I'm breaking the neck of a snake. That's what's the name of the fake. Serving you all in a dish on my plate. Getting rich back to back, day to day. Telling my family we not living day to day. Taking me out when you catching the fade. Got no time to clock. With it, I'm up in my Glock. 2 twin desies, I'm calling it thoughts. Yeah.
Okay. I like that little acapella in the back, towards the end over there. I was feeling that, I like that energy. More than anything, Jill, it's the energy that I be looking for. When I be like hearing some unsigned artists, you don't gotta be popping for me. You just gotta have that energy, cause like I want to picture myself in the car with the blunt in my mouth, getting ready to do whatever I'm gonna do, either go see my side bitch or go do whatever jukes I'm about to do. I want to be motivated, and this is the type of song that I feel like motivates me. So, all right, well, let me introduce this man. Jason, introduce yourself for everybody. Hello?
Yo, you know what it is. Young Humble Beats in the building. My fault for that. Check out my latest project. I just dropped the whole tape. YSB, Cloud Judgments on all platforms. Shout out to my daughter. I'm saying Malaya, Daddy loves you. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to my brothers. TOA. You know the vibes. 413, stand up.
All right, so Jason, let me ask you real quick before we start all this. What does TOA actually stand for? So our listeners know.
Not fact. So TOA pretty much stands for Team Olympics Associations, and the definition behind the group that we are part of pretty much is, at the end of the day, when you watch the Olympics, everybody shoots for the gold. So when we do this music shit, we expect nothing but the best of what we do. You feel me? We put our blood, sweat, tears into this.
Okay, that was dope.
Yeah. So what's y'all group?
So shout out my cousin. Big shout out to Travis Keefe. He just dropped his tape Life in Paradise 2. We have Rad Bouquet. He actually has music on SoundCloud and YouTube. Cold Summer and Dark Secrets. He will be dropping an album this coming week. Shout out to the team for me.
All right, word.
Shout out Mickey Stacks too.
All right. That's what's up, man. But like I was saying before, I don't know if you heard, but we were talking about your song.
Yeah, definitely. Just to comment on that too, freaking, I think a lot of people do make music, but I don't think, like I said, they put their blood, sweat, tears in it. So I expect all the critique in the world because at the end of the day, if I'm putting out some bullshit, I expect bullshit as comments back. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's the attraction and energy you put into the world.
Yeah, and you could tell the difference. You could tell the difference when, especially if you really listen to music, you could tell somebody that really put their heart into it because they really try, like, you know, they really try to perform for you. Some dudes, like, you know, and I'm not gonna mention names, like they just play with it. You could tell they just play with it because they're talking like they're on syrup, but really they just lazy. That there's not, they don't understand. Like you're supposed to be hyping me up on this shit. Like I'm supposed to, like that's how Pop Smoke, cause that whole drill shit got big because you can, like, the energy. Drill music is because of the energy. Rap period is because of the energy. It's the type of energy you make me feel. If I want to feel down, I know what rapper I'm gonna listen to make me feel down. You get what I'm saying? If I want to feel like I need to be motivated, I need to be on my gangster shit, I know who I'm gonna listen to. Songs like this, when I hear them from like up and coming artists, I want that energy. I want to be like, yeah, like this something, like I play this in my car. People go to think I'm playing it in the radio. That this is just some artist and everything. But I mean that in a good way. Like that just shows a certain type of level of professionalism when you matching your vocals to the beat the right way, the breathing control, and all that. Where a lot of people that are up and coming forget those little things, and all that counts. And when you put it all together the right way, it just sounds like butter. So even if you knew and nobody knows who you are, if you got the right hook and the right energy behind it with the flow, motherfuckers gonna get behind it. So I'm feeling the song. Most definitely. And I'm definitely gonna be following the kid, and I suggest you all follow. Make sure you say all your social media handles so people know where to follow you.
Yeah, good luck for the love. Shout out to my Instagram, it's Young Humble Beast or YHB_TOA. On my Facebook page, Young Humble Beast T.O.A. Yeah, just shout out to my team, man. Thank you guys for the opportunity of putting me on the radio show and being able to just help me promote myself.
No doubt, man. That's what this show is about, man. Bluntz, coffee, and tea. We've been smoking. Drunk my little coffee with the weed sugar. Like we vibing here, you know. We're doing these shows, and we doing it for men like for y'all, and for people for the streets, and just for anybody that just is just tired of the shit and just want to relax and just smoke a blunt and just feel like, you know, especially this Corona shit. A lot of people can't go out or don't want to go out. Like this shit, yeah, it's depressing. So the whole point of this show is you like this blunt and come hang out with us. And it's like you really hanging out with us. And just listen to our wild shit, laugh, and you can forget about some shit for a little bit. Because you need to. Everybody needs to. Everybody's on edge too much right now. And it's crazy. So let's get on to the show. The topic is Snitches Ain't Shit. This is I couldn't wait to do this episode. You know, I've been told on, Star's been told on. G's been told on. I'm sure you've been told on, even if you didn't go to jail. Like, motherfuckers is telling in all levels. And I feel like, you know, what we're about to talk about, you know, stars should be calling any minute now. We go to what really is and what isn't a snitch. Because a lot of people get it confused. And some people, I feel like lately, are moving the goalposts and making new rules on what's snitching and what's not snitching. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, snitching has always been the same shit. it has not changed. I don't know where.
I just don't think you can justify that word. Like, at the end of the day, when you tell on somebody or put somebody's name in your mouth to a situation for them to face problems, period, whether it's criminal charges, whether it's people on the block ready to kill that person, whether it's baby mama dealing with it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, when you have somebody's name in their mouth and you put them in a predicament where they have to perform or do something that they don't have to do, you feel me? That's a snitch, period. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. All right, so we got Star calling in. All right, guys, I'm gonna just mic y'all off real quick so we can get my man up in here because he only got a certain amount of time. So where the fuck is the button?
You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. This call is from an inmate at Southwood State Prison. This call will be monitored and recorded. For customer assistance, collection, or complaint procedures, or to block future calls. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hello, what up, though?
Yo, what's good, my boy? What's good? You live? What's up? Episode 3, man. Episode 3. Snitches ain't shit. Let's go, man. Let's go. I know you was waiting for this episode.
Well, you know, I've been waiting for this one. You know, we had to talk on this one. You feel me? Because I'm doing 17 years for it.
This shit's crazy. Well, all right. So, like, it's been a while since you've been out here, but it's been a lot of crazy stuff, man. And like, you know, I feel like the definition of snitching is being misconstrued. It seems like people are moving the goalposts to benefit them and what snitching is. Now I'm gonna give you what I consider snitching, and then I'm gonna see what your definition is to see if it matches up. You get what I'm saying? Snitching for me, I look at it in two ways. Snitching to me is if you claim you from the streets, you live in that street life, you get locked up, and they offer you a better deal if you tell on other people that's your opposition and you decide to tell. That's one form of snitching for me. Another form of snitching is you directly giving up information for your personal benefit, and it's going to hurt somebody else. You get what I'm saying? So you don't necessarily need to be technically a street person to be a snitch. You get what I'm saying? You could be at your job and you could tell on somebody. you could tell on somebody that like is clocking out early or something like that. You get what I'm saying? You know, just to advance your career. That's another form of telling to me. So what do you consider snitching?
I'm saying your first one, I agree with the first one, because once a nigga open his mouth to do anything in the form of snitches for anything, it's still you a rat. But when the other one, I look at it as I can't call like an old lady a rat. That's on the porch and I see a murder and the police questioning the thing. You feel what I'm saying? So
but that's different. You're a civilian. You get what I'm saying? You're a civilian.
Yeah.
The definition of civilian for me is somebody that's not in the streets at all. If you're not in the streets at all, or you don't portray like you in the streets, and you a straight up civilian, if you call, I expect you to call the cops. You get what I'm saying? And matter of fact, I'm almost betting on it, and you get what I'm saying on that end. You get what I'm saying? You know, we all been in that situation where we on the block, and we kind of expecting the civilians to do their part. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking about on no telling shit. I'm talking more about, you know, like if a girl gets raped, or you know, situations like that where the neighborhood has to come together. You get what I'm saying? You look towards those people to be, you know, to lead you in the right direction. That's not telling.
Yeah.
I don't look at that as telling. You a civilian. But if you're someone, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I know you heard about that Megan Thee Stallion shit with Tory Lanez, right? Mm. Now everybody, she a stone cold rap. Like, you know,
get treated how a nigga ain't no difference from when a female rat or a nigga rat. It's no difference.
Exactly. And I feel like too many females have come to her protection. And I understand, you know, she a black woman. She got injured. You know, it's bad enough black women. Let's be honest. Like, you know, the world don't treat them good. You get what I'm saying? So I get that part. Mm-hmm. But, you know, you got to take certain feelings out of a situation. And we're talking about real street code. You can't be making these albums and profiting, you know, putting up a facade and everything. And then the minute you get shot and people make fun of you, you want to tell. Like, that's snitching. Now, but out here, a lot of rappers saying that's not snitching because she a female. So I'm going to just ask you, you think Foxy Brown would have told her she got shot in that situation? You think Lil' Kim would have told? You think Trina would have told? You would think You think Remy Ma would have told her she got shot?
Yeah.
Now, you know what would have happened?
That's some real shit.
You know what would have happened? They would have got their niggas, and he would have got done right. You feel me? That's what was supposed to happen. The streets was supposed to take care of the street situation. So now people make fun of you.
That shit.
Go ahead.
Didn't even make it to the streets. It made it to the cops before it even made it to the streets.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that's my point. And when I see so many people defending, you know, people like that, and like how people were defending 6ix9ine and shit. It just lets me know the generation we in right now.
Yeah,
And
but
they
you know what?
go ahead.
I hear you. You know what it really is, bro?
What?
It's just that all of niggas that snitching, them niggas is niggas with the power. They
Mm-hmm.
got money. All the broke niggas that want to be real, them niggas ain't got no money. So them
And
niggas.
And people think this is new. Like, we deal with this shit all the time in jail. Like motherfuckers is living in there. If you think rats is being taken care of, or you think that wherever you at, what city or what state you in, you think that it's only happening to you, I'm letting you know right now it's an epidemic everywhere. People are just living, you know. We can get into so many reasons why there's just a rise of it, and how, you know, a lot of it has to do with, I'm just be real, men are not raising men. So how are you going to learn real street code if you're not being told by a man how the street code is? You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's been plenty of situations. You know my situation. I could have got less time. I didn't, but I know what I did. I know I fucked up. I know I got caught slipping.
It's more on us. Feel me? What type of niggas we is, that it's on our conscience. I can't do no shit like that because it fuck with me. I don't care about what nobody else think, but that shit fuck with me, knowing that I took an oath to the streets and I got real niggas that's behind me, and I do some fuck shit like that. That shit fuck up your organization.
Bro, you see, bro, you see how motherfuckers is as soon as you in the paddy wagon. You ain't even in the police station yet, and motherfuckers is already like, yo, y'all better say something. I'm not going down for this. I remember I was in the paddy wagon with some, like, I was at a place, right? I was at a crib. Everybody was rapping. It was one of them situations. I want to go smoke. There was supposed to be biddies over there. Long story short, you know, they raided the place. So we all in the wagon, right? And so, mind you, I just got there, and I'm just shaking my head. I'm handcuffed. I'm like, yo, should have never came to this shit, right? So there was this whole gangster motherfucker. His name was Red, right? And I hope this bitch ass motherfucker listen one day, because he did the most whole shit I never expected him to do, right? So we in there, and he starts like spazzing, and I didn't know whose drugs and guns them shits were. But since when he started spazzing, I know exactly who all the stuff belonged to. Cause he went right after old boy and was like, yo, you better tell. Like, I'm not about to go to jail. I got too much stuff going on out here. And so I'm just like, yo, this is I'm looking around, right? And I'm like, yo, nobody knows this nigga telling? Like, he's saying that he gonna tell. I'm just like, but everybody's so scared of him, right? So nobody's saying nothing. So you know my dumb ass, it's just like, I'm like, well, I already know who gonna tell. You ain't gotta worry about me. He gonna give you all ASAP. So I'm telling old boy, you might as well listen. You might as well just give this shit up, cause old boy already getting ready to tell on you. And he was like, I don't give a fuck what niggas think. Like I'm like that. So I'm just like, damn. And everybody stood quiet. I was the only one that spoke up. I was like, well, I guess I'm the only one like that then, because like these niggas, and we know that's regular. Am I wrong? That's regular now.
No, that's probably because them niggas was probably thinking the same thing. He just spoke it.
Yeah, word, exactly, exactly. That's why them niggas was quiet, because them niggas was ready to tell too. They was just like, they wasn't just that spoken. And me, I'm the only idiot sitting there like just stressing out, because I wasn't gonna say shit. I was just like, man, I hope this dude's a real dude and just, you know, take his shit, because I don't want to be sitting in the county for nothing. And like, I'm the only one thinking that, and everybody just like, damn, I'm telling on. They couldn't wait to tell on him. I was like, man, old boy was just sitting in that corner by himself. He knew he was hit. Like, and them same dudes was on the block hustling the next day. Yeah. And all I could think of was like, yo, I could not hustle with any of them niggas. Like, how could you? Like, that just already told me that y'all go to tell. So if I do some shit, right, and y'all all get caught up, I already know y'all telling on me. And it's just like,
that'd be your fault though, because that, you know, that nigga already gonna tell, and you still decide to go do that shit, and then he telling you.
But how many people we know still fuck with people that snitch?
I know.
And what's their most famous answer? He ain't tell on me. right?
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
That's their famous. Hey, he ain't talking on me.
But when I see that shit, you know what I think? If I see that you being with a rat, my mind go to he probably told before too. Then,
Yeah,
because if you ain't never tell, you're not gonna hang with no rat.
yeah, exactly.
You can't. Even if you love that nigga, it's like, bro, let's go do something else with your life. Get away from me, type shit. You feel what I'm saying?
That's why I couldn't.
That's just how it is.
I couldn't mess with too many people that was too close with the police. Like, there's a difference if we gotta jail with the police. It is what it is. The correctional officers, you gotta communicate with them. It's one thing, but when you in private rooms with the CO, you feel me? Or you get special treatment on some extra shit. Like, I'm calling that shit out. Like, I don't want you nowhere around me.
You know how this shit is down here.
And it be the gangsters. And that'd be the crazy stuff. It'd be the gangsters.
Word. It'd be the gangsters down here with the sex charges and they snitches.
Smooth.
And it's a whole bunch of them, so you can't. What the fuck you supposed to do? Them niggas, they ain't dying, so that's why they ain't like that.
Remember? I used to always lead the charge about that child molesting thing. I couldn't have no child molester like in the same room with me. I used to lead that charge.
Now we got kids.
Yeah.
If you got kids, it's worse.
But it was just like, it's just for me, I just couldn't do it. You get what I'm saying? But those be the ones that like live good. They live good in jail. And it's just so much.
I hate that shit.
Yeah. It be ridiculous.
Like we get judged for some shit that we grew into. Like, so we in the streets. Like, we can't help it that we find the best ways to get money in the wrong ways. But them, they be touching shit, sex. They be having all type of shit, and they had all these parents living good. I hate that.
Really,
shit,
and I want people to listen. Ask yourself this: why does a drug dealer get so much time, and a child molester only gets 5 years? Think about this for a second. Is it my fault that you bought drugs? Like, if I put the needle in your arm, right, or I made you do this drug, then I deserve more time. Yeah. But most of the people I sold drugs to was already junkies. I ain't make no new junkie. They was already junkies. I just happened to I just noticed that they were going after this. I knew somebody, they could give it to me cheap. I could turn it into a profit. How do I do so much time?
Yeah, that's some bullshit. But that's one thing I learned here is that you could do everything in America is free, bro. You could do it. They just want you to have a license for it. All these years they've been locking niggas up for weed, liquor charges, and all this shit, and everybody ain't had no license. That's what they want you to have. Like, they want you to get a license for it. If you don't get a license, then it ain't their way.
No. You're right. It's that, and it's just the simple fact. I don't want to make this a race thing, but let's just tell it how it is. You feel me? Like, when you white, and when you dealing, like, when you notice that in your community that there's a drug epidemic, that's when you start caring. So the problem is, we was illegal when it was just a little bit of hippies and black and Spanish motherfuckers doing it. But when it became so popular that, like, so many regular white people were doing it, now the laws got to change, because you just can't be locking up white kids and everything for marijuana. You get what I'm saying? So now it's getting legalized everywhere. Now it's legalized everywhere. 10 years you was treating that shit like it was crack.
Yeah.
It's a rigged game. It's a rigged game.
Yeah.
And this game is designed for you to tell.
When people come together, that's when you're gonna see.
Man, nobody could come together. Listen, bro, this is the podcast universe, right? And motherfuckers is already beefing with me over having a podcast. Like this is the rap game or something. You get what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers can't come together.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
They beefing with you over your idea.
Over me and my own lane. Well, my brother. It's always good. I'm glad you was able to get on this episode. Reach out to me behind the scenes, because there's still some stuff we gotta politic, and we gotta talk about the next episode.
You already know.
But
I
love you, bro, and just keep sucker free, man. Stay away from them whack ass niggas in there. And and all the people that still can't.
Seconds remaining.
And and all the people that still can't stand me in there, tell them I ain't forget about them. I was like, for all the people that tell them I ain't forget about them. They can all suck my dick. You be easy, yo.
Let the haters suck the Hey, yo, bro, mask up 10 toes down, you heard?
You already know, bro. Be easy. I love you.
You already. Love you too.
Hey yo, this is Bluntz, Coffee, and Tea, man. You gotta understand something. We gonna get off topic every now and then. We smoke too damn much, and like we get in these rants, man. And sometimes we I gotta reel us back in and shit. I don't know, like I love you, Star, but I don't know that whole child molesting shit kind of threw me off for a minute. Yo, I was like, cause that's not where I was going with it. But I'm gonna let my nigga rock, cause he only got 15 minutes, and if he want whatever that man want to talk about, hey yo, listeners, let me tell you something. We might get off subject every now and then, cause my man, if he gotta get something off his chest, he can't get on this like we can get on it. So, I just let him rock. But I just thought that shit was funny because he came out of nowhere. I didn't think that's where he was going to go with that shit. Like, when I was talking about gangster niggas being, snitches and shit, like, it be these motherfuckers that you was idolizing on the streets or you was afraid of. And, like, they go to jail and they start to be, like, snitches for the police inside jail. So it's just like, and this is some real shit. Like, when I say snitching is... It's such a bad epidemic. It's people that you think, quote unquote, be real niggas, be some of the biggest snitches. And not even sometimes on the low. But Jason, you still there with us?
Yeah. You know that.
So like, what did you think what my man said? Like,
so to be honest with you, like, I'm not even gonna lie, I couldn't hear a lot of it. I heard bits and pieces because it was like in and out.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, like, I definitely rock with that. Like, I think that.
Yeah, nah, I get what you're saying. Like, basically, the audio is a little low because like he's calling from a prison phone and shit. I almost said cell phone. Nah, it ain't no cell phone. I don't get my man in trouble.
But no. I definitely heard bits and pieces. I think what he was saying about like just. There's no justice like in snitching. There's no justify. You can't justify it in any way, shape, or form, no matter the situation.
Exactly. It's like I hate to mention this nigga again, but I have to go back to that 6ix9ine situation, right? Because you had a lot of motherfuckers on his side.
That's a deep conversation too, man. Everybody has their own opinions, but at the end of the day, like the kid, no matter the incident, you chose the avenue of where you were marketing your music. And you chose the streets. So if you was paying these people to promote you and be in my videos, and you still signed up to be that gangster of the streets. So when you went down for racketeering charges and you snitched, that was your fault. You chose that. You did that to yourself. There's no one to blame but yourself.
Yeah, and all that. Oh, my mom, like my mom's life was in danger.
No.
All that shit don't mean nothing. I'm gonna say it right now. Because at the end of the day, like, I love my mother. I would never want to put my mother in danger. But if I'm in this situation, right, where I'm having this lifestyle, you're not going to know where my mom lives. Very few people know where my mom lives now. I don't give a fuck if you my mans and shit. You never know.
I don't even know.
Yeah. So it's like, and it's like that for a reason. Because you never know. Mm-hmm. And why, since I know I'm doing this, my mom knows the type of person I am. But she also has confidence that I'm never going to bring some shit to her house. If I'm running, I don't run to my mom's. I run somewhere else. I run to a biddy or, somewhere, I don't bring shit to my mom. So that whole excuse that people were using irked the shit out of me. Because at the end of the day...
what irks me too?
Go ahead.
What irks me is like people just, they was fucking his baby moms and they kidnapped the kid. And, well, I understand the loyalty wasn't with him. But what people like don't understand is you don't mix business with certain things. Mm-hmm. And when he mixed business with the streets and he didn't live that life, like that was where the difference between him being the kid and him fucking up. I feel like that was a big fuck up on 6ix9ine's part, is when he tried to involve the streets in his music. Cause I'm Italian and black, bro. I don't be on the block. I don't sell drugs. You feel me? That's not me. I know people that do that, and I got people I know that do that, but that's not the avenue I'm marketing. You feel me? So at the end of the day, you lay your bed and you lay your grave, and that's what he chose.
And you know what? I respect artists like you that say things like that, cause it's too much fake shit. Like, I'm gonna tell you something about me. Like, one of the main reasons I started this podcast. Back in the day, I tried to be a rapper, and and mind you, I wasn't good. I know I wasn't good. I wanted to be the Puerto Rican 2 Chainz. I just wanted to talk shit. I knew a lot of niggas. I knew a lot of hustlers, like big time hustlers. I knew people already in the industry. I was already on a few Smack DVDs. I was just like, I figured my personality, if whack niggas can make money off of this, I figured my personality and my bravado, if I can get the right ghostwriter, which my man Star was gonna be my ghostwriter, because Star really raps and shit. So I'm telling y'all right now, I was gonna have a ghostwriter, everything. One of my raps, I admit to having a ghostwriter where I'm like, I didn't even write this shit. My nigga did. And that was part of the song.
Shout out to Star,
yeah. And that's when I say that's my man. Like in all avenues. When I say Jail's my left, Star's my right. You feel me?
Word.
And like,
and I want to tell you, that's how COA is. Like, you feel me? Like, Travis, my cousin, that's my right. My boy Rival K, that's my left. I got Mickey Stacks in the front, and then we got Devin and Cause Mega in the back. Like, we all move like that too. So that's why, like, it's a blessing to be on the show, because I feel the energy. Like, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's fire. That's how it's supposed to be, especially with your day ones. You feel me?
Yeah. That's what the show is about. Is reminding people, like, if you have day ones, you got to keep them close. Like, you know, I already knew who was going to be on this podcast before they even knew they were going to be on this podcast, because I know who I want around me. Like, I keep my circle small for a reason. Because I'm not no phony motherfucker. You can hate me. You can talk all the shit you want about me. Ain't a motherfucker on this planet could say Loso ain't real. You can say a lot of other things about me. But one thing you can't say is that I'm not real. This is who I am. I came out the pussy like this. Like, this is not made up. But I try to be a rapper, and motherfuckers, I'm not gonna shout, I'm not even gonna mention these faggot ass niggas that I got to meet. But I got to meet two rappers and shit. One rapper was like, came out flat out, told me, I'm too light to be talking that slick as I'm talking. And this is some real shit. This is some real shit. I got told. And I'm like, wait, but I grew up in the hood. I'm from here, such and such. Like, I really did everything I'm talking about. Like, I got paperwork. Like, I'm official where I'm from. And they still wasn't trying to hear it. Because it was like, yeah, you're not marketable. Do it in Spanish and come back to us. And I told him, suck my dick. I don't want to rap. I don't even speak Spanish. I want to rap in English. And I want to talk that shit. And they wasn't trying to have it. So I left it alone. But now I got out of prison, and I start to see a fake nigga like 6ix9ine, and he becomes a millionaire. And I'm just like, yo, this motherfucker, and he's fake. Yeah. We know his whole backstory. We know this nigga's name. Yeah, his marketing, he had a marketing team. But getting back to the whole topic and why I mentioned,
can I be honest with you with that though?
Yeah.
It's like, not to like sound crazy and shit, but with black entertainment, it's harder to make an impact because they make it so hard with, especially like, I don't want to sound crazy, but I'm Italian and black, but my skin tone, I'm white. You feel me? Yeah. So it's gonna be harder for me to get into it because people are gonna look at me like, who the fuck does this white boy think he is? You feel me? Yeah. He got the image. He got the sound. He's humble. People, you know what people fear is a man they can't figure out. And that's the problem with, like, you feel me? A lot of people, they don't know why people are quiet. Like, yo, why is he being weird? He ain't being weird. He just analyzing shit.
Yo, we say this shit all the time. Yo, people think, I don't know if you've seen this on my social media, but people think I'm weird because I'm always by myself. And you know what I always tell people? I think you weird. I think you weird for being around dick all the time. Like, why you want to be around dick all the time? Like, you don't understand. I spent 10 years of looking at white dick, black dick, green dick, like nasty old dick. Like, I don't want to be around men no more. First of all, I've always had more female friends than male friends. Because niggas is worse than bitches. And, like, everybody tries to act like they're your mans. But every time I've been in a situation or, like, shit gets really real, you really see who really there, and the circle's small. And so that's why the niggas I got with me is the only niggas I need. I don't need all these other fake niggas. There's niggas right now that claim they my mans. I'm telling you right now, they ain't on this show, they ain't my mans. So everybody can know. They ain't on this show, they ain't my mans. I'm being real. Because niggas done show their colors. You know how many times I done put niggas on? I done bust my guns for niggas. I done gave niggas places to stay. Even when I didn't have it, I would give it. And all I asked was not what I did, but to be loyal to me. That's it. And niggas can't even do that.
Yo,
Niggas
can
can't
I
even
tell
do
you
that.
something though? This day and age, bro, it's like fake became a trend and then a lifestyle. So there is no more like keeping it like, yo, bro, I don't fuck with you. We can't chill no more. It's all right, bro, I fuck with you. Yada yada yada. Niggas talking all behind your back. You find out, then you feel me, you beat the nigga up and he come back and kill you because he didn't like that you whooped his ass and couldn't take a loss. Back then it was, oh, I could take a loss. I learned from it. And nowadays, people and these kids, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in a day and age with these kids not being able to take no for an answer or talking back to their moms and being disrespectful and all that shit. You feel me? Like I'd be damn, my mom would have whooped my ass if I ever talked back to her in the time that I grew up. You feel me? So like it's more so like the respect is down. It's lack of respect. People don't grow up with morals no more. And it's just like, you feel me? It's just a cultural epidemic, honestly.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's affecting everybody. Like I don't feel like one race is not going through this. I just think like the times, the way it's changing, and the world is now getting so small. Like, you know, people are becoming more and more different. We have more access to information we didn't have before. But like I was telling, you know, Gio's boy beforehand, like
Yeah.
I really feel like a lot of it is our, you know, my generation, the millennials, anybody that's like anywhere between 35, 25, I feel like it's our fault that the generation behind us is acting the way they acting. Because we
You know
didn't
what's
do
funny though? It's funny because I talked to somebody about that the other day, bro. I forgot. I think it was one of my cousin's boys and shit. He was like, you know, no, it was my cousin. And he was like, you know, it's crazy. Like, we can't blame the OGs, but like the OGs had somebody to fall back onto, you know, if they was fucking up to get directed in a certain way.
Word.
So when like we're not able to grow up with our dad or our mom in the same place, or maybe not both of them, you feel me? You can't turn to an OG because the OG is telling you to pick up a gun and drugs instead of graduate class and finish, you feel me, doing what you got to do. It's just it's a lack of direction, and we don't have like our day and age don't have that no more. You feel me?
And
Because they're disrespectful and they can't take the hearing. OGs don't want to take care of that shit. If you can't fucking listen, they don't want to give you no advice. That's like bringing a horse to water and trying to force that motherfucker to drink that shit. It ain't happening.
And you can't tell nobody nothing nowadays. 'Cause everybody think they know everything. Because everybody got access to information. Everybody get Facebook news, and they get their own kind of news. So everybody think they know everything.
Yeah.
So you can't really tell, especially young motherfuckers. 'Cause I dated a lot of young women. You can't tell them shit. Like, you really can't tell them shit. They're not trying to hear shit. And
Yo, can I ask you guys a question? How old do you guys think I am?
I would say, like, from your picture, you look like about 26, 25.
Like 24.
Nah, I'm 22 years old.
See, but you know, the way you talk and you carry yourself,
right?
Like it's mature. But see, that's how a 22-year-old is supposed to talk. We think like this is how bad it's gotten, that we think you sound like an old man. You feel me? But really, you sound like a man. Like that's how you're supposed to sound. And like it's
people want to talk like, yo, what's good, brother? And, nah, it's hey sir, how you doing, sir? Like I ain't even gonna lie, I be catching myself. My boy catches me all the time. Like, damn, bro, you be saying this shit all the time. Like,
I think this is
a matter.
I think there's a time and a place for that shit. And real gangsters knew that. Like, if I see an old lady or like an older couple, I'm not gonna be cursing. I'm not gonna be, you know, saying yo, and saying bitch this, nigga that, you know. I'm gonna, there's old people there. I'm gonna respect that, you know, because I was taught by gangsters. That's what you do. Like, you know, there's no more street code. Going back to the snitching shit.
Well, look at 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
6ix9ine justified the street code. Like he was like, haha, I was in these streets and I snitched and I'm still making more money.
But you know why? Because he exposed something that I knew and a lot of people already knew, that this shit was fake to begin with.
Yeah.
It was fake to begin with. A lot of these motherfuckers ain't really in the street. They just look marketable. Like how you said, like, yo, that's not my avenue. that's not what I do. I respected that because that's real. That makes me want to listen to you more than anything. And I'm a real street nigga. Because I don't always want to listen to street shit. Like, I like Drake. And one of the reasons why I like the Drake is because he came out and always said he wasn't a gangster. Does he talk slick? Yeah, he talk that slick talk. He a man. Any man with money should be able to talk slick. Yeah.
Talk my shit.
You don't gotta be a street motherfucker to talk your shit. If you got money and you on your grind and you doing what you're supposed to do, then you could talk your shit. So I was feeling that because he never acted like a gangster. Not everybody is built for that shit, but everybody think they is.
You know, a lot of people. It's easy to kill somebody. You feel me? It's easy to sell a bag of dope. It's easy to sell a bag of weed, bro. But how do you deal with that money? How do you deal with the psychological bullshit you deal with having the cops is back and forth? Feel me? Like, people don't understand that shit really plays dividend in everything. It's not just picking up a gun and trying to go kill somebody or trying to get that last sack off. It's what happens after that.
Yeah, I agree and disagree with you. I'm gonna tell you and I'm gonna tell you why.
All right, that's the first one debate. Let me hear that. Here we go.
It's not easy. That's the thing. People think it easy. It's only easy if you never shot somebody. It's only easy if you never really broke night and sat in your car and was waiting for that last fiend to come because you know that rent is about to come and you can't go to sleep. And so it's only easy if you never really lived that life and everything. Because let me tell you something. It was hard as hell to fire my first gun to kill. And this is some real shit I'm saying that maybe I shouldn't be saying. But when I had real beef, let me just get this out real quick because I want y'all to understand, especially because you're 22. When I had real beef and that other nigga was in front of me and he had his gun pointed, I was shook because I knew right then and there it's either me or him. And not just that, but damn, I might be doing mad time. So my hand was shaking. The first time my hand was shaking because right there I had a choice right there. I know that. Like, I got the drop on him. I know if I bust first, I'll get him. But here's the thing. I was afraid. And that shit almost cost me my life. It almost cost me my life. And after that, I was like, I'll never hesitate ever again like that. But I keep it real with men. I keep it 1,000. That moment, that real moment, it ain't like the movies. And if you ever seen somebody die, it's definitely not like in the movies. You cannot be prepared for watching somebody's brains get blown out. Now, I really understand why military motherfuckers, and for any ex-Marines, I salute you, any ex-military people that been in war, I get it. Because when I seen my man's brains all over, it was nothing like I had seen on TV. The smell, you can't emulate that smell. They don't emulate it on TV. The way the body moves, everything, is fucking creepy, my nigga. Especially when it happens right next to you. They don't ever prepare you for shit like that. They don't prepare you for when you watch somebody get shot and you see how the body reacts after they get shot.
Can I be honest with you guys? Like, that's the movement on why, like, you feel me? So where clouded judgment comes from is like, I want kids to know that in the hood, if your clouded judgment is like taking a hold of you, I want you to know that, like, find love in what you have, find something you love and take it serious. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I loved football in high school. I was a D1 scholar, you feel me? I broke my ankle, started chilling with the wrong people, started smoking weed, you feel me? Just doing shit I wasn't doing before. And then music fell into place, and I noticed, like, you feel me? I was something different, but I also wasn't what these kids was trying to be, which was something they weren't, you feel me? And that's why I want people to know the YHB effect of my music is you always have a chance to turn around and do something better for yourself.
Word.
You know what I mean?
For 22, for somebody that's 22, you ain't never lie. Because I'm living proof. Everybody counted me out, especially my second time. Everybody counted me out. But it's that people don't understand. I feed on that shit. I don't believe in having haters. I don't believe I have haters because I don't let people in my universe that I don't want. So if you don't like me, you're not in my universe. If you hate me, I don't know because I don't care. You could tell me whatever.
Word.
Somebody could tell me whatever. I'm not gonna lose sleep and I'm not gonna think about you. you don't
I
mean.
mean, opinion comes a dime a dozen. So
Yeah.
if it ain't
So
putting money in your pocket, fuck them.
So in that retrospect, you don't mean anything to me. And you absolutely right. Everything you said, is real shit, and that people need to hear. Like, listen, it's all right if you're young and you listen to this shit. You don't want to go to jail. You don't. You don't want to go to jail. Ain't nothing cool about jail. I know you ain't gonna listen to me. I know you ain't gonna listen to Jill, and you ain't gonna listen to Jason. You gonna have to learn for yourself, cause I ain't your dad. But I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be a hard journey. You gotta be stressing about a bitch that's gonna leave you, that you gonna forget about, and she gonna forget about you. You gotta go through all these emotions unnecessary when you know you don't need to be on the block. Stay your ass in school, finish, and be something for us. For the ones that couldn't do it, be something for us. Cause there ain't nothing out here. You gotta get told on. I'm telling you, you gotta get told on. I don't understand why people don't get it by now. You gotta get told on. You're not gonna have a nice little run, and the drug game's all fucked up right now. You're not really. So if you really are smart and you come from a decent family, if your mom's really hardworking, do her a favor and stay your ass in school and leave the street shit for the real street motherfuckers. Cause y'all are diluting this shit. You are diluting it, and all you doing is creating single fathers and bitches that just cry and complain and just say how much we ain't shit all day.
Yo, is Star still there? Star still there?
Nah, Star been left.
Okay.
Yeah, he only get 15 minutes.
I was gonna say, because from his point of view, like, shout out to the kids that are up and coming, like the 17, 18, 19-year-olds, you feel me? Like, it's sad, feel me? All these big homies do time for the youngins, but what we need to really pay homage to is the OGs that really that are still out here trying to help out the youngins and trying to direct them in the right path, you feel me? Because at the end of the day, like, if we didn't have the OGs, where would the youngins before those OGs been? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like.
Well, apparently I'm considered an OG now. I was at, what was it? Like last month, I was at a corner store, right? And I'm coming out. And these kids were blocking my way and shit. And so they look at me and they go, yo, my bad, OG. Yo, move out the way. So one of the kids is like, yo, move out the way. Let the OG go through. And so, like, I was like, yo, good looking. He's like, yeah, no doubt. And so I was like, yo, but do me a favor. He's like, what? Don't ever fucking call me OG ever again, my nigga. I'm only 30-something years old, bro. What the fuck you think? I just started going off. I was just like, yo. But they were mad polite, though, and shit. And I was just like, yo, see? Like, there's still some good kids that, that understand how to treat, a nigga in the street. You get what I'm saying? My whole point is, like, if this ain't you, it's all right. You can still get pussy. Right. You can still get pussy. You can still make money.
You can still be fly.
Yeah.
You can still be witty. You can still be a trend.
You can still make music that got energy. You can still, and people like me will listen to it. You feel me? You don't have to be something you're not. Because that's why the snitching epidemic is as bad as it is. Because some of these people that are probably listening to it right now, you probably got a gun. You think you that nigga. You ready to you fucking these hoes and you thinking you living your best life. You gonna be crying for the next 10 years in the cell, right?
I'm living my best life.
And you gonna have some, not to be racist or anything, but you gonna have a dirty ass white boy that's kicking off of methadone and shit, throwing up in the toilet, and you gonna ask yourself, how the fuck did I get here? When your ass could have just been in them books, boy. Could have been in them books.
That's crazy.
Because everybody can't be Little Baby, The Baby.
You ain't told a lie. Yo, can I give a little quick story?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was in high school, feel me? Damn, that was stupid as hell. So, I graduated high school or whatever. My senior year was I think my roughest year. I think for a lot of people it was smooth for them, but I don't know why. Just everything hit me at once senior year. So consistently, I always have people, yo, come to the block, do this, do that. My aunt was a fucking ex-dope fiend, you feel me? So she would be nodded off on State Street and stuff. And in the morning I'd be at Dunkin' Donuts and all my friends would try to make fun of her and stuff. But it's it's crazy because at the end of the day, like, you can either be, like you said, the big head. You can either be the dope fiend, the kid that's cracked out on the block, or you could be the kid that was the difference between the two. And like you said, like, just to finish up on that too, like, just, yo, all the kids out here that want to be good, be good. You don't need to be a street nigga or none of that shit. Don't smoke weed because your friends are doing it. Don't do none of that shit. Feel me?
Yeah, because if not, you just gonna grow up to be a rat. And I'm gonna hate you. I'm gonna fucking hate you. I'm gonna hate you. Because you don't deserve to be in the fucking streets, my nigga. Stay in the fucking streets.
Bro's gonna hate you.
Damn, I'm gonna hate you. I'm gonna really hate you. I'm gonna drive by and say, you rat motherfuckers, get off the street and shit and go back to school. This is not for you. It wasn't for me. That's why I'm a civilian now. I tell y'all all the time, don't fuck with me. I will tell. I am now a civilian. Fuck out of here. I am not no gangster nigga no more. I don't bang. I don't sell drugs. I'm not in the street. I got, a nice little thing going on. I'm trying to have that little white picket fence and everything. I want a little dog. I lived my life and I'm blessed. I lived. I survived. I don't want to be in the streets no more. I don't. And I'm not embarrassed to say it or feel ashamed to admit that I'm a civilian. And I'm telling you, I will call the cops. But see, here's the difference between me and a lot of other motherfuckers. They won't talk like that. And everything. They'll still try to act like they're about that life. I'm not about that life no more. After my second time and after everybody clowned me, do you know how embarrassed I felt the second time going in and all the correctional officers remembering me and was like, I knew you was going to come back. That shit was the biggest hit to my ego that anybody ever done to me. Because I seen the look in their eyes and how they looked like they really felt they were better than me. And when I feel people,
you felt like they were like kind of like judging you in a sense. So
man, I don't even give a fuck about that. Like the way they looked at me, I could tell. You know when somebody looking down on you, like I looked at them and they was really looking down on me. Like I wasn't even a human at that point. And mind you, I'm naked because you got to stand in line, butt ass naked. So I'm butt ass naked at that, and I'm watching, and they're making fun because I'm coming back for a second time. And you know what? I was fighting back tears because I was in a cell with somebody I don't even know. So I wasn't about to do all that. But I wanted to cry because I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers got me. And then I left, man, where I was at. And I know niggas was laughing back there. So that made it even worse. And I was just like, nah, fuck that. I'm coming back out. You can't tell me shit. And I won parole. And if anybody in Jersey knows, you can't just win parole like that. But I won parole, and I'll tell everybody my case right now. I ran and everything. I was on parole. I was on a VOP. I ran, and you're not supposed to just come back out within a year. And I ain't telling nobody. Paperwork clean. Everybody know my mouth got me there, and my motivation. And I told them, and I told the parole officers, I ain't coming back a third time. I'm mad that I'm back here a second time. I got caught slipping. And I was like, but I'd be damned if that shit happened again. Because the one thing I hated the most is being butt naked again on that fucking line in front of all those men looking at me, looking down on me. When they damn well know they wish they had a dick like mine. And that's what they really mad at. They really mad at. But I'd be damned. So you know what? Audience, listeners, Loso a civilian. Loso is a civilian. And I'm okay with that. Because I almost died twice. I don't want to be a gangster no more. The motherfuckers want to pretend to be gangsters, go ahead. And the ones that really are, you still in the street, I salute you. I can't do it no more. So I know what my lane is at. And I know what a snitch is. Now, I know I joke and I say what I say. And, me being really from the streets, I wouldn't really tell on certain shit. But it's like I told Gio before we started recording, right? That's your gun, Gio. You in my car. I expect you to take that charge, Gio. And Gio's laughing because you know what I'm about to say. I was like, because if you don't take that charge, I'm a civilian now, Gio. I'm telling on you. Because you're a dickhead. You should have took that charge. And so now you putting me in jeopardy. I just told you, Gio, I'm a civilian. And so now you know the repercussions. I'm letting you know what the repercussions are. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You're going straight to jail. I'm not going to jail. You be lucky if I send you a kite after this stupid shit. But you know, there's motherfuckers that really don't.
$1.32 on your commissary.
Yeah, and just to draw you a middle finger and send it to you, really, and shit like, here, motherfucker, I can't believe you really took too long to take this. You can go wait for me to tell, because when I was telling that story about the paddy wagon, that was a real story. I was really in a paddy wagon with all these motherfuckers, and this guy wasn't going to take his charge. He was going to let us all go to jail. And at that time, I was with the shit because I'm a street nigga. I shouldn't have been there. I knew it was a house full of niggas. That's some selfish ass shit, though. Exactly, it was some selfish ass shit. Yeah. And it just lets you know. It just lets you know that that's the kind of caliber of niggas you're dealing with nowadays. People that selfish, that they want you to go down with them and then get surprised if you tell on them. Like I had a cellmate. He got told on. And when I read his case, I'm like, bro, why you didn't take the charge? They got pulled over. They're not from Jersey. They're from Chicago. But they were coming in Jersey bringing in heroin, right? They get caught. And now the dude that was with him, they didn't know that he had all that heroin. He was just going to Chicago with him for the ride. Old boy never told him. So when they get pulled over, the dude's a college kid. He's like, yo, this not my shit. This my man shit. Going down. Yeah. You're going down. And so he was telling everybody in the jail that his man was a rat, that if don't fuck with him, if you see him, is on site and all this shit, right? I wind up going to medical and I see the dude. I'm like, yo, that dude that told and shit, because it was all over the news, by the way. And he was like, yeah, I told. Of course I told. I ain't no street nigga. That's my man. It was actually, they were related. That was his cousin. He's like, yo, that's my cousin shit. I came with the ride. He didn't take the charge. He should have took the charge. Why he didn't take the charge? Why he waited until we get to jail and all this shit and me to tell? I was like, he was supposed to take the charge. I'm in college. That goes to show you that nigga didn't even kid. Man, my cousin, even if it's not my shit, if he's the one that I know is successful, and I'm the scumbag, I'm gonna take the shit. I'm taking it. Cause my nigga, you gonna make it. You get what I'm saying? Right. So he didn't even do that. he didn't say nothing. And got mad that this dude told. That's not snitching. That's not snitching. Yeah, that's an innocent man telling the truth. That's not his shit. That's not snitching.
No, that's some real shit.
So he had no knowledge of.
No.
Like, he had no knowledge of that process. Like
some people are, believe it or not, some people are that ignorant. You think so? Because, we being from where we from, that we think everybody is hip to certain shit. But I know people in the hood that's really trustworthy. And you would think people in the hood wouldn't be trustworthy. But I know people that just too trustworthy. And, like, some people are just ignorant. And, he really trusted his cousin. I could see it. I could see how, why would you think your family would put you in that predicament? Right. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you got to understand, too, sometimes, I mean, like you said, I mean, maybe he was just ignorant to the whole situation. Just, like, if it was a cousin and I know what he gets into because of his background, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I understand, like, some people are not knowledgeable to certain situations. That's where you go.
Yeah, and all the more reason why you shouldn't even hang out with them type of motherfuckers either. Because just why you with them niggas? Like, this is gonna get you. That's what got me in trouble. Because I started hanging around with gangster niggas. I shouldn't have had no business being around them. Next thing you know, I'm banging. I'm running around doing shit I wasn't supposed to do and everything. And like, so you don't need to be around that. And like, you just don't. And I'm like, for the young man out there. Like, I'm going to keep saying this, man. Just stay the fuck out of these streets, man. I'm telling you. Like, we need more kings. We need more kings. We don't need criminals. We got enough of that. Right. It's enough of that. I want to see more people that look like me doing something. I'm always trying.
I want to start taking money from the police stations because we keep fueling them. That's why they're able to keep doing us the way they keep doing us. If we want change, we got to start change. You feel me?
Because a lot of y'all come from nice houses. Nice families. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
I don't even gonna lie, bro. My mom was always there for me. My mom, honestly, I've never had my dad, but my mom was my mom and my father. And the one thing I can say is like I didn't grow up in the most wealthiest house, but I was okay, you feel me? And the only thing that was gifted to me was sports and shit like that. You know, like I feel like some people do have a dope house, but some people still have to write their own life and story. Feel me?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, I must put it like this, and not to put my man's business out there, but both G and Star, they didn't grow up good. They didn't grow up like how even somebody like me. I lived a poor life, but I had it better. I can honestly say I know I had it better than them two, especially Star. Like, I can't even tell you what his childhood was like, and for him to be as humble as he is, it's really like a blessing, because I couldn't be that humble going through what that man went through. And same thing with G. Like, you always see him with a smile on his face, but what people don't know, like, that man's been through some real shit. And so those are street dudes, and if you hear them talk, they're the nicest people in the world. Why? It's because they really live that life. They don't like it.
You know,
it's not a choice for them.
The biggest problem I hate with the world too is they'll judge them so badly. Like, you feel me? They don't even take the time to read in between the lines and understand that person. They just like, yeah, he's a criminal. Or, you feel me? You can never judge a book by its cover until you read in between those lines. You feel me?
I hate anybody that judges anybody. I don't want you around me.
It's sickening, right?
I
hate that negative shit.
Me and G got in a little argument like a couple of weeks ago, right? And he's laughing because I was waiting to bring this shit up in one of the podcasts. So me and this nigga got in a little argument, right? And he told me something. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna hurt your feelings and shit." And what really wound up hurting my feelings, what he told me, is that I felt like he felt like I judged him, or that I looked down on him, and that shit hurt me personally because I'm the complete opposite of that.
Yeah.
So what he said, the other thing didn't affect me how he wanted it to affect me, but that shit did. Because I was like, whoa, this is my man. I don't care if another nigga thinks like that. If you think I judge you and you don't know me, I don't give a fuck. You really don't know me. But when somebody that I fuck with thinks like that, now ho. Now we gotta get to the bottom of this because if now I'm feeling like I'm doing something wrong, because if that's what you're picking up, then I'm sending the wrong signal, because that's not the signal I want to send. And so shit like that, I don't like. That's why it bothers me, because I don't judge nobody. I've hung out with whole crackheads, my nigga. Whole crackheads. I'll tell you that right now, and have fun chilling with them. Everybody got a story.
I feel like I'm a millennium. Like, you feel me? I'm also like, I don't ever judge them. I'm always picking them up. As for money, I'll help you get a job. I got, honestly, I can't even lie. I got a few crackheads a job. I don't know if they kept it, but I got them to go in, grab the application, fill it out, and put it right in.
But here's my fucking thing. And I want anybody from New York to Pennsylvania to California to Russia. I just want to say this to all the hoods in the world, right? This is the biggest problem in the hood. Who is another person in the hood to tell or look down at another motherfucker in the hood? I was like, it's one of the biggest problems we have, and it's one of our biggest downfall, because you got somebody you'll have a chick look down at somebody without a car, a dude without a car, but she's on SSI. And she's collecting food stamps. Yo, so who the fuck is you? Honey, who is you, boo-boo? Boo-boo, I pay your rent, boo-boo. You know that? I pay your rent. When I go to work every day, I'm paying your rent. And you making fun of that man because he ain't got a car, I'm making fun of you because you don't really got a place. That belongs to the government. That shit don't belong to you. But we get to this mode. We get to we start to put levels on who's poorer and all this other shit. Meanwhile, rich people or middle class people, they don't talk like that. They don't do that. And so, but how about we get each other out the mud before we start fucking, looking down on who? You feel me? Because I can't understand that. I hate when I hear a bitch or a dude make fun of somebody else for being broke.
Right.
If you live in the hood, you broke.
argument with somebody. Like I was walking downtown and I heard somebody say some shit like, "Oh, look at that beat up car." I'm like, "Yo, but we still walking." Yeah, like,
Yo, let me
you
tell you
talking
something. And I hate to cut you off, but I gotta bring this shit up because this shit really be in my heart right here. And I think G knows what I'm about to get, right? My first car, yeah, you already know. My first car when I got out of prison was a Kia. And every motherfucker made fun of me, right? Of their old ass shit. But you know, it was them same motherfuckers that was begging for a motherfucking ride. You feel me? You know, was begging for a ride. Yo, bro, come pick me up, bro. I was like, what you mean? Come pick me up.
And they want to ride shotgun.
Yeah. And even bitches made fun of me, but they was still taking his dick. You feel me? And they was still getting fucked in that shitty car they would make fun of. Like, yo, bitches would go behind my back and was like, oh, fuck that nigga in his whack ass car. Yeah, bitch, I fucked you in this whack ass car. You was topping me off in this whack ass car and shit. And now you mad.
Blowing up my phone and then now you lying on me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now you mad because the nigga with the Kia done played your ass out and left you. Now I ain't shit. But like I said, motherfucker, you couldn't tell me shit. I just got out of prison and I had a whip. You couldn't tell me shit. That shit was a Bentley to me. And I wasn't going to let anybody, you know, fuck with my energy on that end. Niggas can hate.
I had just bought my first car this year because, like, you feel me? I've been catching up on bills or whatever. So I bought a decent car. Mind you, like, the shit was a piece of trash. Like, muffler at the bottom of the car coming out, like, but it still gives you kind of like a little boost to yourself, like, damn, I did this shit. I mean, I bought my car. I mean, it don't matter if it's a piece of shit or not. I mean,
yeah. I never knocked, yo, when somebody tells me they got a car, yo, this is how you know I'm really in the field. I get excited, like it's a Lexus. I get excited with you. I'm like, oh shit, you got a car? Well, my man Game's like, yo, I got a whip. Like, oh shit, you got 2 whips? Okay. You know, because I know how it is, man. I walked. I use these feet to walk. You feel me? Like, I didn't always have a car or didn't have bitches to drive me. Sometimes I used to have to take these feet. It'd be like 10 degrees below, and I'd be trying to get a quarter real quick, and I'm walking, freezing, mad as hell. And all I would think is like, damn, I gotta get a fucking car. If not, I gotta get me a fat bitch or something, man. I can't be doing this. I'm too fly. I'm too fly and too sexy to be walking around, yo. And I really would think like that. It really would fuck up my ego. I'm saying some real shit. But I know I've been in the mud, so I don't look down on anybody that walking with their feet. That's still a king. You know, he just down on his luck. All he needs is the right person to get right back up. I was fortunate enough that not only do I have the motivation, but I have people that really bet on me, and you need that in your camp. If you don't have that, then it's almost impossible to succeed. You need at least one person to bet on you, because you need that. You need that always behind your back, knowing, well, at least this person believes in me. And I'm fortunate enough to have a lot of people that bet on me, but it also comes with a lot of pressure too, because you don't want to let those people down.
They do.
Because now you just like, damn. Now it's just like, now it's not just you. Now these people are looking at you and like, yo, there's a lot of people that are looking at me and really want me to succeed because they want to try it next.
Right.
And so that adds even more pressure.
You gotta double back and think every decision too. Like,
yeah.
You feel me? I rock with that because I have a daughter. You feel me? So like everything I do is for the both of us. So I gotta, you know, I can't do certain things when I want to because certain I rock with that to the fullest. You feel me? I definitely feel that shit.
Yeah. So basically the way I'm gonna just end this note is just that it's all right.
Snitches
you know, snitches ain't shit, most definitely. But yo, know yourself, man. If you really listen to this, know yourself. Whether you're a man or a woman, and if you really ain't about that life, let it go. I know it's easier said than done. I know you feel like you might need those people around. I'm telling you, man, when you locked up, nobody's around. Except your mom, if you're fortunate enough to have that type of mom. And maybe a grandma or something. Nobody else. Nobody else. Everybody will forget you. You will be forgotten. Because out of sight, out of mind. So one more time, Jason, I'm going to let you plug in your social media handles before Neek sends us out. Letting everybody know where they can follow you and listen to your music and all that.
Yeah. So pretty much, You could go on Apple Music, Tidal, whatever musical platform. You look up YHB, Clouded Judgment. Also, show love to my cousins. Also, another TOA member, Life in Paradise 2. Shout out Rabu K. His album's coming. Cause Mega Devin. I know your shit about to drop. Pretty much just my message to the world is no matter the pollution in the air, no matter the pollution around, do not let it cloud your judgment or affect who you are as a person. Because not only are you failing yourself, you're also failing the people that bet on you.
Damn, I like that, man. I like that. That's a dope. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just leave it off at that. There's nothing else needs to be said. As always, you could go on my website if you want to follow me, G, or Neek at www.bluntzcoffeetea.com. Also, I have a late night show now on the Stereo app, so you guys should definitely download the Stereo app. It's called Late Night Bluntz with Loso. And in there, you know, if you suffer from insomnia or you need that blunt to go back to sleep, come join me real quick and we could talk about some things nice and smooth. You know, we talk with people from all different countries. We ask them what they're going on, doing there, what they smoking on. It's a really cool app. I really think y'all should really check it out, support it, because the more people that listen puts money in my pocket. And if there's money in my pocket, I can keep doing this and make this show even better and better, because we still got a lot of things in the pipeline. YouTube channel coming soon. It's just when I do stuff, I try to do it to the best possible way I can do it. So
shout out to every artist in the field too, man. Shout out to everybody really doing their fucking thing, consistently putting their blood, sweat, and tears into that shit.
And that's word. G, you got anything to say before we go?
Nah, man, just keep on smoking that good sticky iggy, man.
Thanks.
Word. All right, hey, Neek, send us home.
Once again, thanks for listening and vibing with Bluntz, Coffee, and Tea, a Loso podcast. Go ahead and make sure to subscribe and visit www.bluntzcoffeetea.com with no and to download all the episodes and to follow Loso and the crew on social media. You can catch us every Friday morning, and for our brothers and sisters behind bars, it'll take a little longer, but we'll be here on JPay every other Friday. And for our loyal listeners with a lot of opinions and suggestions for the show, make sure you email us at suggestions@bluntzcoffeetea.com. Bye, y'all.